Hey everyone, Amelia here, and today we're unlocking something absolutely game-changing. 100 collocations and idioms that will transform your professional English from basic to brilliant. Stay until the end because we're covering everything from boardroom conversations to networking events, plus a fun quiz to test your knowledge.
Wow, 100? That sounds incredible, but also a bit overwhelming.
I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, by breaking them down into real workplace scenarios, you'll absorb these naturally. Let me ask you, have you ever been in a meeting and struggled to express your ideas professionally?
Oh, absolutely. Just last week, I wanted to say someone's idea was interesting, but I just said, good idea, and it sounded so bland.
Perfect example. Instead of good idea, you could say, that's a brilliant insight, or you've really hit the nail on the head. See, hit the nail on the head means you got it exactly right.
Hit the nail on the head. I love that. What about when I need to politely disagree with my boss?
Excellent question. This is where collocations save your career. Instead of saying, I don't agree, try, I see your point, but I have some reservations. Or, I'd like to play devil's advocate here.
Play devil's advocate?
Well, that sounds aggressive, though, doesn't it? Not at all. It actually shows intellectual engagement. When you play devil's advocate, you're presenting an opposing viewpoint for the sake of discussion. My colleague used this yesterday when discussing our marketing strategy.
Oh, that makes sense. What about starting meetings? I always feel awkward with the opening.
Great observation! Here's a professional collocation set. Let's get the ball rolling. Shall we make a start? Or let's dive right in. These are so much better than just saying, let's start. Get the ball rolling. I've heard that before, but never used it. Give me more meeting phrases. Absolutely. When you want to return to a topic, say, let's circle back to that. Or let's put a pin in that for now. When you need clarification, try, could you elaborate on that point? Instead of just, what do you mean? Wait, put a pin in that? Like an actual pin? No. It's an idiom, meaning let's pause this discussion and return to it later. Imagine pinning a note to come back to it. I use this constantly when meetings go off track. That's brilliant! What about when presenting ideas? I always sound uncertain. This is crucial. Instead of, I think maybe we could, use strong collocations like, I'd like to propose, I strongly believe, or the data suggests. These carry weight and authority. The data suggests? That sounds so professional. What about defending my proposals? Love your thinking. Use the evidence supports, this approach has proven results, or industry best practices indicate. These aren't just phrases, they're your professional armor. This is transforming how I think about English. What about email writing? Oh, emails are collocation gold mines. Instead of, sorry for the late reply, write, thank you for your patience, or I appreciate your understanding. Shift from apologetic to appreciative. That's such a mindset shift. Any more email examples? Tons! Replace as per your request with following our conversation. Change please find attached to I've attached. And instead of let me know, try I'd welcome your feedback or I look forward to your thoughts. I'd welcome your feedback. That sounds so polished. What about urgent situations? Critical question. Never write urgent in caps. Instead, use time-sensitive matter, requires immediate attention, or action needed by Friday. Specific and professional beats desperate every time.
Action needed by Friday. Concrete and clear. What about when things go wrong?
This is where idioms can actually lighten tough situations. If a project fails, you might say, we dropped the ball, or it fell through the cracks, instead of bluntly saying, we failed. Dropped the ball and fell through the cracks? These sound strange together. Different scenarios. Dropped the ball means we made a mistake, we didn't follow through. Fell through the cracks means something was overlooked accidentally. Last month, a client email fell through the cracks during our system migration. So dropped the ball is more about responsibility? Fell through the cracks is more about systems? Exactly. You're really getting the nuance here. Let's talk about deadlines now. Instead of finish by Monday, professionals say deliver by Monday, complete by Monday, or have it ready by Monday. These small changes make such a difference. What about discussing workload? Perfect transition. Say, I'm at capacity right now, instead of I'm too busy, or I'm juggling multiple priorities, rather than I have too much work. See how these communicate the same thing, but professionally? At capacity. That's brilliant. My manager would respect that more than I'm busy. Absolutely. And here's a power collocation. Could we reprioritize my tasks? This shows initiative and problem solving, not just complaining. Reprioritize my tasks. That's taking ownership. What about asking for help without seeming incompetent? Crucial skill. Try, could I get your perspective on this? Or I'd value your expertise here. Or could we brainstorm this together? These frame collaboration as strength, not weakness. I'd value your expertise. That actually complements the other person too. Exactly. It's strategic communication. Now let's tackle performance reviews. Instead of I'm good at, say my strengths include, or I excel at. Much more confident. Performance reviews terrify me. What about discussing weaknesses? Reframe them. Never say I'm bad at. Instead, try I'm developing my skills in. An area for growth is, or I'm working to strengthen. I used this in my last review when discussing public speaking. An area for growth. That sounds so much better. What about asking for raises? High stakes conversation. Use I'd like to discuss compensation rather than I want more money. Say based on market rates and my contributions instead of I deserve more. Based on market rates. That's factual, not emotional. Smart. Precisely. And add, I've consistently exceeded targets, or I've taken on additional responsibilities. Let achievements speak. These are so practical. What about networking events? I freeze up completely. You're not alone. Start with, what brings you here? Or, what industry are you in? Instead of boring, what do you do? Try, what are you working on these days? What are you working on these days? That invites storytelling. Exactly. And to exit conversations politely, I don't want to monopolize your time. I should let you mingle. Or let's exchange contact information and continue this later. These are escape phrases that don't feel rude. What about following up after networking? Send emails with, it was a pleasure meeting you. I enjoyed our conversation about, and let's keep in touch. Then actually suggest something specific. Perhaps we could grab coffee next month? Perhaps we could grab coffee. Casual yet professional. What about conference calls? Conference calls need their own language. Start with, can everyone hear me clearly? Use, I'll have to drop off at, instead of I have to leave. Say, I'm having audio issues, not I can't hear. I'm having audio issues. So much better than your mic is terrible. Exactly. And here's a lifesaver. I think I'm on mute. When you miss something, even if you weren't. Buys you time to catch up. That's sneaky but brilliant. What about presenting data? Use strong collocations. The figures indicate, statistics show, research demonstrates, trends suggest. These carry authority. Never say, I think the numbers mean.
Research demonstrates. That's powerful. What about unexpected questions during presentations?
Everyone's nightmare. Try, that's an excellent question. Let me address that. I'll need to circle back with specifics on that, or that's outside today's scope, but let's discuss afterward.
These buy time without saying, I don't know. What about team conflicts?
Delicate territory. Instead of, You're wrong. Try, I see it differently. Let's explore alternatives. Or what if we approached it this way? Always suggest, never attack.
Let's explore alternatives. That's collaborative, not confrontational.
Exactly. And use I feel concerned that instead of the problem is or I've observed that rather than you always. Focus on observations, not accusations.
I've observed that. Factual and professional. What about giving feedback to colleagues?
Start with I appreciate your effort on this. Then one area to consider is, or have you thought about? Never start negative. Sandwich technique with collocations.
One area to consider. That's gentle but clear. What about receiving criticism?
Respond with I appreciate the feedback. That's a valuable perspective. Or I'll take that on board. Even if you disagree, acknowledge professionally. I use this with my difficult supervisor constantly.
I'll take that on board. Sounds agreeable without committing. What about project delays?
Say, we're experiencing some setbacks. We've encountered unforeseen challenges. Or we're recalibrating our timeline. Much better than we're behind schedule.
Recalibrating our timeline. That sounds strategic, not failed. More examples?
Sure. We're reassessing our approach. We're pivoting our strategy. Or we're taking a different tack. These show adaptability, not failure.
Pivoting our strategy. I hear that in tech startups all the time.
It's everywhere. Now, idioms for success. We knocked it out of the park. We hit a home run. We exceeded expectations. Or we surpassed our targets.
Knocked it out of the park? I love baseball idioms. What about ongoing work?
Say, it's a work in progress. We're making headway. We're gaining traction. Or we're moving the needle. These show momentum without completion.
Making headway and gaining traction. Both show progress. What's the difference?
Great question. Making headway is general progress forward. Gaining traction means getting support or momentum, like when ideas start catching on. Our marketing campaign is finally gaining traction after a slow start.
That nuance matters. What about budget discussions?
Money talks need careful language. Use cost-effective solution. Maximize ROI. Optimize resources. Or budget-conscious approach. Never say cheap in professional settings.
Budget conscious instead of cheap? Such a difference. What about expensive?
Say premium option. Significant investment. Higher price point. Or above budget. Frame everything in value terms, not just cost.
Significant investment. That emphasizes value. What about tight budgets?
Try, we're working within constraints. We have limited resources. Or we need to be strategic with allocation. Shows professionalism under pressure. Strategic with allocation. Sounds planned, not poor. What about innovation talk? Use cutting-edge approach, innovative solution, forward-thinking strategy, disruptive technology, or game-changing initiative. These are everywhere in modern business. Game-changing initiative. What about when things are just normal? Good point. Say standard procedure, business as usual, operating smoothly, or running like clockwork. Even routine sounds professional. Running like clockwork. Love that. What about when things are urgent but not emergency? Use high priority, time sensitive, pressing matter, or needs prompt attention. Creates urgency without panic. Pressing matter. Formal but urgent? What about thanking people? Go beyond thanks. Try, I appreciate your assistance. Thank you for your time and expertise. I'm grateful for your support. Or your help is invaluable. Your help is invaluable. That's genuine appreciation. What about apologizing professionally? Say, I apologize for the oversight. I take full responsibility. I regret the inconvenience. Or, let me make this right. Own it, fix it, move forward. Let me make this right. That's accountability and solution-focused. Exactly. Now, let's talk about meetings running long. Say, in the interest of time, to keep us on schedule. Or, let's table this discussion instead of we're running late. Table this discussion? Does that mean cancel it? No, it means postpone for later discussion. It's a formal way to say, let's discuss this another time. British and American English use this slightly differently, but in business, it means delay.
Good to know. What about ending meetings professionally?
Enthusiasm. Use let's wrap up to summarize our action items. Thank you all for your contributions. Or let's touch base next week. Clear closure with next steps.
Touch base next week. I hear that constantly. What about phone calls?
Start with, is this a good time? Or do you have a few minutes? End with, I won't keep you. Thanks for taking my call. Or I'll let you go. Respect their time.
I'll let you go. Polite exit. What about leaving voicemails?
Keep it brief. This is name calling regarding topic. Please call me back at number. Thank you. Use please return my call instead of call me back. Please return my call. More formal. What about introducing people? Say, I'd like to introduce you to. Have you met? You two should connect. Or let me put you in touch with. Facilitate connections professionally.
You two should connect. That explains why you're introducing them.
Exactly. Always give context. You both work in marketing, or you share an interest in AI. Make the connection relevant.
Smart. What about declining invitations professionally?
Say, I appreciate the invitation, but I'm unable to attend. I have a prior commitment, or unfortunately, I'm not available. Never just say no or I'm busy.
I have a prior commitment. Sounds legitimate. What about job interviews?
Use I thrive in fast-paced environments. I'm a quick learner. I work well under pressure. I'm detail-oriented, and I'm a team player. But support each with examples.
I thrive in fast-paced environments. But how do I prove it?
Great question. Follow with, for example, in my last role, I managed 5 projects simultaneously during our peak season. Always collocation plus evidence.
That makes it real. What about discussing salary expectations?
Say, based on my research and experience, I'm looking for a range of, I'm flexible depending on the complete package, or what range did you have in mind? Deflect or give ranges, not exact numbers first.
What range did you have in mind? Smart to make them say first. What about accepting job offers?
Use I'm excited to accept. I'm thrilled to join the team. I look forward to contributing. Or thank you for this opportunity. Show enthusiasm professionally. I'm thrilled to join the team.
What about resignations?
Stay positive. I've accepted a new opportunity. I'm pursuing a new direction. I'm grateful for the experience here. Never bash the company. Use I'm giving my 2 weeks notice, not I quit.
Pursuing a new direction. Forward-looking. What about recommendations?
Right. I highly recommend. Without reservation, I endorse. It's my pleasure to recommend. Or I can speak to their excellent work. Be specific and enthusiastic.
Without reservation, I endorse. That's strong. What about industry jargon?
Know your field's collocations. Tech says scalable solution, agile methodology, user-centric design. Finance uses risk mitigation, capital allocation, market volatility. Learn your industry's language.
Every field has its own? What about general business collocations everyone should know?
Absolutely. Competitive advantage, core competency, value proposition, market share, stakeholder engagement, due diligence, best practices, benchmark performance, synergy. Though use synergy carefully. It's sometimes overused.
Synergy. I've heard that's a corporate buzzword. What makes collocations different from regular phrases?
Excellent question. Collocations are word combinations that native speakers use naturally. You can't say do a mistake. It's make a mistake. You don't do research. You conduct research. These partnerships are fixed in English.
Make a mistake versus do a mistake. I've been saying it wrong. More examples?
Sure. Strong coffee, not powerful coffee. Heavy rain, not strong rain. Highly recommended, not strongly recommended. Deeply concerned, not very concerned. The adjective noun or adverb adjective partnerships are specific.
This explains why direct translation doesn't work. What about business idioms?
So many. Get your foot in the door means getting started. Learn the ropes means understanding how things work. Show someone the ropes means teaching them. Think outside the box means be creative.
Get your foot in the door? I've heard that about internships.
Exactly. Cutting corners means doing something poorly to save time or money. Go the extra mile means exceeding expectations. On the same page means agreeing or understanding equally.
Go the extra mile. That's positive performance review language.
Absolutely. Raise the bar means increase standards. Move the goalposts means changing requirements unfairly. Level playing field means equal opportunity for everyone.
Move the goalposts sounds negative. When would you use that?
When frustrated professionally, every time I meet their requirements, they move the goalposts. It expresses frustration about changing expectations, but use carefully. It's somewhat critical.
Got it. Not for formal situations. What about positive idioms for achievement?
Absolutely. Break new ground means innovate. Make waves means create impact. Ahead of the curve means leading trends. Set the bar high means establish high standards. Seal the deal means finalize agreement.
Ahead of the curve. That's impressive. What about challenges?
Uphill battle means difficult struggle. Back to the drawing board means start over. Teething problems means initial difficulties. Growing pains means difficulties during expansion. Bumpy road means challenging journey.
Growing pains. That reframes difficulties as natural. What about time-related collocations?
In due course means eventually. In a timely manner means promptly. At your earliest convenience means when you can, but soon. Down the road means in the future. For the time being means temporarily.
At your earliest convenience. So much better than hurry up. What about decision-making?
Weigh the options means consider carefully. Make an informed decision means decide based on information. Reach a consensus means achieve agreement. Arrive at a conclusion means make a final decision. Reach a consensus. That's collaborative. What about problem-solving collocations? Address the issue, not fix the problem. Resolve the matter, not solve it. Mitigate the risk, not reduce danger. Identify the root cause, not find what's wrong. Implement a solution, not do the fix. These are so much more sophisticated. What about common mistakes learners make? Big one. Make a decision, not take a decision in American English, though British uses both. Do homework, not make homework. Tell a lie, not say a lie. Give a presentation, not make a presentation. Wait, but I've heard make a presentation in business. You're right. That's actually accepted in business English. I should clarify. Give a presentation is more common, but make a presentation works too. See how context matters? English is so contextual. What about do versus make?
Generally, do is for activities and tasks. Do work, do business, do research. Make is for creating and producing. Make money, make progress, make an effort, make arrangements. Make progress. That's everywhere. What about positive feedback collocations? Excellent work, outstanding performance, exemplary conduct, exceptional results, impressive achievement, commendable effort, notable improvement, significant contribution. Significant contribution. I want that in my review. What about constructive criticism?
Room for improvement, opportunity to develop, area to enhance, aspect to refine, skill to strengthen, chance to grow. Always frame as opportunity, not failure.
Opportunity to develop. That's encouraging. What about workplace relationships?
Build rapport, establish trust, foster collaboration, maintain professionalism, develop partnerships, cultivate relationships, strengthen ties, bridge differences.
Foster collaboration. Oh, these are leadership qualities. What about client relations?
Exceed expectations, deliver value, provide exceptional service, build loyalty, address concerns, meet needs, understand requirements, maintain satisfaction.
Deliver value. That's customer focused. What about negotiation language?
Find middle ground, reach compromise, mutual benefit, win-win situation, common ground, fair deal, reasonable offer, acceptable terms.
Win-win situation. Everyone loves that. What about when negotiations are tough?
We're far apart, significant gap, sticking point, deal breaker, bottom line, final offer, take it or leave it. Though use that last one very carefully.
Take it or leave it sounds aggressive.
It is. Only use in final negotiations when you truly mean it. Better options? This is the best we can offer. Or we've reached our limit on this.
Much more diplomatic. Before we wrap up, what are your top 10 must-know collocations?
Great question. Number 1, take into account means consider. 2, come to an agreement means reach consensus. 3, make an effort means try hard. 4, pay attention means focus. 5, take responsibility means be accountable.
Keep going. I'm writing these down.
6, draw a conclusion means determine results. 7, raise awareness means inform people. 8, meet expectations means satisfy requirements. 9, face challenges means confront difficulties. 10, achieve goals means accomplish objectives.
These are perfect for any professional. Any final advice for mastering these?
Yes. Don't try to memorize all 100 at once. Choose 5 collocations or idioms relevant to your work this week. Use them in emails, conversations, meetings. Make them yours through practice, not memorization.
Practical application over memorization. I love that approach.
And listeners, here's my challenge. Comment below with one collocation or idiom from today's conversation that you'll use this week. Let's hold each other accountable. Like this video if you found value, and let's discuss in the comments which phrases work best in your industry.
I'm going to use "I'd value your expertise" with my team tomorrow.
Perfect. And everyone, share your experiences using these phrases. Did they change how colleagues perceive you? Did you feel more confident? Your stories help other learners, so please comment and discuss. What challenges do you face with professional English? I want to hear about cultural differences too. Do these work globally?
Excellent point. Drop comments about your country and industry. Some idioms are very American, like baseball references. So let's discuss alternatives for international contexts. This has been incredibly valuable. I feel like my professional vocabulary just expanded exponentially. That's the goal. Remember, this is English Conversation Amelia, where we make professional English accessible and practical. Don't forget to subscribe because we're diving deep into specialized topics every week. Can't wait for the next one. What's coming? Next week, we're tackling difficult conversations, how to handle conflicts, deliver bad news, and manage expectations using advanced English. You won't want to miss it.
I definitely need that. All right, ready for the quiz?
Absolutely! Listeners, pause here and grab paper. We're testing your knowledge with 10 questions. Answer in the comments. Let's see who gets all 10 correct. Quiz time! Question 1. Question 1. What idiom means to get something exactly right? A. Hit the nail on the head. B. Hit the road. C. Hit the books. D. Hit the ground running fast. Question 2. Which phrase means to politely disagree for the sake of discussion? A. Play chess. B. Play devil's advocate. C. Play it safe. D. Play along. Question 3. What does put a pin in that mean? A. End discussion permanently. B. Pause and return later. C. Reject an idea. D. Approve immediately. Question 4. Instead of saying, I'm too busy, what's the professional alternative? A. I'm swamped. B. I'm at capacity. C. I'm overwhelmed. D. I'm stressed. Question 5. What does fell through the cracks mean? A. Deliberately failed. B. Accidentally overlooked. C. Intentionally delayed. D. Successfully completed.
Question 6. Which phrase shows progress without completion? A. We're finished. B. We're making headway. C. We're stuck. D. We're starting. Question 7. What's a professional way to describe expensive? A. Costly. B. Pricey. C. Significant investment. D. Overpriced. Question 8. What does table this discussion mean in business? A. Cancel forever. B. Postpone for later. C. Start immediately. D. Reject the idea. Question 9. Which phrase means to exceed expectations? A. Meet the bar. B. Lower the bar. C. Go the extra mile. D. Cut corners. Question 10. What collocation means to reach agreement? A. Make a deal. B. Do an agreement. C. Take a consensus. D. Come to an agreement. Answers in the comments, everyone. Let's see who masters these collocations and idioms. Don't forget, comment which phrase you'll use this week, like this video, and subscribe to English Conversation Amelia for more professional English content. And discuss with other learners in the comments. We all learn from each other's experiences. Thank you for staying until the end. This is the commitment that transforms your English from good to exceptional. See you next week for difficult conversations in professional English. Can't wait. Until then, keep practicing those collocations. Remember, professional English isn't about perfection. It's about confidence and continuous improvement. You've got this. Absolutely. Thanks everyone for joining us today.